Not unless you want your beach resort to have activities that requires wind. Like for example, sailing, water skiing, hydroplane, motorboat racing, canoeing, rowing, and such. There is a straight line correlation naman between sunshine hours and both swimming and beach use. There are certain places in the world na medyo maikli ang kanilang day. There is, according to a research, meron tayong straight line correlation between yung pag-swimming and pagbi-beach use and the sunshine hours. So, ibig sabihin nun, ang paggagamit ng mga tao or ng market doon sa beach mismo depends on how long is the sunshine hours. The correlation is higher than that of maximum air temperature for beach use and lower for swimming. So aside from that, the water temperatures, including the temperature range, kasi magkakaiba yan ng temperature range as you approach yung deeper part ng water. Also, you have to consider currents, tides, and waves, including their direction, strength, and seasonality. Do not develop or do not design your beach na pangbata if the currents, tides, and waves are too strong. Rather, develop your beach as a surfing site. Pasensya na. Next, you have to consider also the ecology. This includes the seaweed or the ecosystem, the marine ecosystem. Next, you have to consider pollution. In New Jersey, the largest of the English Channel Islands, state-of-the-art sewage treatment plants use ultraviolet light radiation to destroy bacteria and microorganisms before they pass into the surrounding water. So there are two high-tech in New Jersey. However, here in the Philippines, we are still starting or the beach development or the beach resort industry in the Philippines still booming. So hopefully we could also invest on that kind of technology. Also, kung medyo hindi tayo blessed with high technology, the next one, I know we are very blessed. And I hope we take care of this gift. Clarity of water, where Coron and El Nido are both popular. So, of the 496 coastal resorts that is in England, 89% passed germ tests and only 146 met standards that are above average for bathing waters. Meron kasing mga water that are suitable for bathing, meron din yung hindi. And the last one would be the possible attractions. So this would include other islands, coral, and conditions for water recreation. After the sea, now let's talk about the seashore. This consists of the surface under the water extending out to a depth of 6 feet. So from where the water and the sand meets until 6 feet, that is what we call seashore. A gentle uniform slope of 7% to this depth is ideal. Hindi pwede yung biglang lalim because it might pose some danger to your target market or to your customers. The makeup and stability of the bottom is important also to bathers. So it should consist of coarse sand or sand and pea gravel to a depth of 12 inches. Meron din yung mga beaches that their bottoms are made of mud. Mud bottoms have to be stabilized with crushed rock as a base and a coarse sand overlay. And lastly, Bathers should be able to walk into the water a sufficient distance, allow them to engage in play activities without risk of danger from tidal movement. Meron yung mga sinasabi nilang mga beach resorts na nangangain, but actually, hindi lang proportion yung bottom niya, yung sand or yung composition ng bottom ground niya and yung tidal wave. So, kailangan mo ding i-consider yon. Next, let's talk about the beach. The size of the beach is a function of its depth and length. People do not want to walk too far to get to the water. Neither, they do not want to feel too crowded naman. So make sure na proportion or tamang-tama lang. It's just enough. Hindi siya sobrang layo sa tubig para mahirapan yung mga guests mo or yung mga clients mo to walk from where the beach is to the water, hindi rin naman siya ganun kalapit doon sa beach or doon sa water. Para to give your clients, to give your customers an ample space for them to move around. A good rule of thumb is 4 square feet of beach per swimmer a day. So that means 2 by 2, 2 feet by 2 feet. To give each swimmer 4 square feet. So here is just a simple estimation of the density of how many people should occupy your beach resort. So beaches themselves are zoned for best use. The first 20 to 30 feet nearest the edge of the water should be designated as a circulation area to allow swimmers to move in and out of the water. Ibig sabihin, from where the water and the sand meets, dapat 20 to 30 feet from that point is just intended for circulation area. Do not engage any activities like, for example, snorkeling, water skiing, canoeing. Huwag kayong magkakaroon ng activities within 20 to 30 feet. The next 50 to 150 feet naman is the general use for sunbathing, play, and sightseeing. So that is for the beach. Now let's go to the back beach. This offers views to both the sea and inland. The geomorphology, this would mean the cliffs, dunes, and flatlands, can dramatically add to the setting. It depends on how you plan or how you design or how you develop your beach resort. Vegetation and the effect of microclimate. Microclimate is the climate on a specific small or restricted area that is different from the surrounding area. So you might want to restrict people from going to the area where vegetation prospers. Protection against degradation is a major concern as developers consider future improvements. Yung mga road na yan, yung mga pagpapatayo ng mga convenience store very, very near from the seashore that is actually adding to degradation of the place. Next, let's talk about coastal stretch. The coastal stretch consists of the beach environment between 0.5 or 0.8 kilometers and 4.8 kilometers from the back beach. So this is where service facilities. So ganun kalayo. So you add back beach plus coastal stretch, yun dapat kalayo. Yung mga facilities, like for example, access roads, parking facilities, bathhouses for changing, comfort stations, and concessions, ganun dapat kalayo siya from the seashore itself. So, two philosophies of thought exist with respect to the placement of access roads. One philosophy is to place the access road between the beach and the surrounding hotels. People who drive by can view the sea, and everyone has access to the beach. However, hotel residents to reach the beach have to cross the road, creating safety problems. Kailangan nilang tumawid, which might pose some danger on the hotel guests. Another philosophy naman is to have the access road behind the hotels. Access to the beach is different from the hotels, which in some cases limits access to their own guests. The driver's view is of the fronts of hotels. Access to locals is restricted also because road muna, then hotels, then the beach. So nagkakaroon ng issue ng trespassing doon. If the locals want to reach the beach, they have to pass through yung hotel property. So also you have the surrounding country. The country surrounding the beach development provides the setting for the attraction. Many people wish to combine relaxing days at the beach with more active pursuits, natural attractions, the extent of development, surrounding infrastructure, and the opportunity for excursions all need to be considered. Well, it's both a blessing and a curse na we are an archipelago. Blessing because we don't have to deal or we don't have to share coastlines with any other countries. However, it's also a curse. Why? Because it weakens our marketing strategy. It weakens our marketing potential. So, ang iniisip kasi ng mga tao ngayon is that when they go to a place, when they travel to a place, they want to visit several countries at a time. Like, for example, yung nangyayari kay Singapore and Malaysia, you could actually go to Singapore and then you will have a side trip to Malaysia. Why? Because they are connected via land. However, for Philippines, we are an archipelago. So the next one, let's talk about the desirable sites. In selecting a site for beach development, these elements warrant particular attention. So the first one, access